Good morning and welcome back. Today we'll be discussing lesson 7D preview tutorial. So let's get into 7D. So here at 7D, percent of total U.S. budgets, introductory tutorial with two short questions that I've covered in a separate video. So let's go and do the tutorial. The 7D preview objective, read a spreadsheet. We've been doing that already. Create a line graph. We've been doing that also. Interpret information on a line graph. We've already done that. So we should be able to quickly go through this here tutorial. So in this class, you analyze data, graphical displays. You'll be asked to draw conclusions. The tutorial will be on a percentage of total U.S. budget, and it begins here. Okay. Now again, 7D uses a spreadsheet of U.S. federal budget from 1941 to 2018. Note the last 7 years are projected. And they want us here to create a line graph of total federal outlays. Budget using a spreadsheet program, which we use Excel. So total federal outlay. So click on here and this will come up. So again, 1941 through 18, with the last several years being estimates. So our timeline, and we are looking at the total federal outlays, which would be starting up here. 1941, just prior to entry World War II. This is in millions of dollars, so we need to add 2 sets of zeros, 2 sets of 3 zeros. So that'd be, looks like $13 billion was the federal budget in 1941. And went up to almost 92, 93 billion. And over the years, a steady increase, and we are now looking at like $4+ trillion for a budget. But the question, that was not the question. The question was, make a line graph of total federal outlays. Okay. So like before, I like using the years, and you can do this in horizontals. when you click on rows. This is quite what it's saying if you're doing columns. So year, click on that one, then push down the control key for outlays. So now we have 2 rows highlighted. The years and the budget for total federal outlay. So let's go up here to insert, bar charts, scatter charts, other type of charts, pie charts, line charts, and I just want a simple one. So here is our budget line chart. And we can add some more details by clicking somewhere in the chart. Hit the plus, and I want axis titles. So here we have budget year, and we have budget in millions of US dollars. Like I said, we got to add 2 sets of zeros. So here we have 4 million. That gives us billion, and now push the trillions. There's our budget as a graph. So we did that. Let's see. Oh, then steps. If you forgot that, what do we do? Step 1. Select a row for the outlay for the outlays, which we did when we did that. So that also did the years. Select the line chart. Type of chart we did. That was up here. Graph created, put label on the axes, and I showed on this one, you do that by clicking on the schedule on the chart and clicking on this little plus to bring up a new menu. And lastly, annotate. And you bind describe where in the graph and for what years you notice interesting or unusual activities. Well, And like down here, we have that big nice bump between 41 and 47. Of course, 41 and 47. No, that was all World War II. Nothing extravagant, nothing unusual. It starts going up. No, it starts going up dramatically after about 1965. So what was going on in the 60s? Civil rights, Vietnam was going on, Cuban Missile Crisis, a lot of massacres going on, and assassinations, moonwalk. But the first thing, what they really don't show is, again, a lot of that spending increase came from the Great Society, pushed by President Johnson. Interesting stuff around 2010, kind of flattened for a while. So what's going on around 2010? Cancer breakthrough, wants to go on the moon. Africa reaches a billion population. Pakistan floods, Haiti hit by earthquake, oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Tsunami in Japan. Space shuttle retired. Really, not a whole lot to impress me on what would cause that. Back 2010, President Obama was in his first term. 2008, 2010. I think we had some military force reduction going on then. So I'm not sure what would cause that. Next question. Our self-assessment. What do we think? Can you read a spreadsheet? I would think so. How confident you can create a line graph? Hopefully by the time you do this yourself, you will. And how confident you can interpret information on a line graph? And depending on how good your data is or how good your background story is. So let's see, we completed this tutorial. Read a spreadsheet, yep. Create a line graph, yep. Interpret information, yep. So with that, let's conclude tutorial, and we'll pick up again in a few minutes. We'll actually do the tutorial, do this yourself, and then in a few minutes we'll pick up the questions. See you shortly.